Okay, my name is James Campbell. I'm a senior lecturer at the University of Leicester in the School of History, and I've been talking today about the death penalty in Jamaica in the 1970s, focusing on an autobiography written by a prisoner called Mario Hector, who was condemned to death in 1972. He was only a teenager at the time, but he really was a leading figure in a movement a resistance movement among death row prisoners at St Catherine's District Prison in Spanish Town, which is where all executions take place in Jamaica. And what I was trying to argue in the paper was that the resistance perpetrated by, the acts of resistance committed by Mario Hector and these other prisoners were really important to instigating and fueling anti-death penalty activism, legal and political activism in Jamaica, in the United Kingdom and internationally as well. Acts of resistance that were really quite diverse. They included kidnapping a prison warder, learning to read and write, reading some really important Black Power texts from the United States, engaging with lawyers, attorneys, the wider community, writing letters to Amnesty International, so a whole range of acts. One of the important consequences of these acts was that there were more and more delays in executions being carried out. And those delays eventually caused big political problems in Jamaica because they were seen as inhumane and they led to overcrowding on death row. And they also led to new judicial rulings by the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council in London, which is Jamaica's highest appeals court, and which eventually suspended the death penalty in Jamaica and the wider Caribbean, much of the wider Caribbean in the early 1990s, largely as a result of these delays. They said that any prisoner who'd been held for more than 5 years couldn't be executed. Traditionally, prisoners were executed within just a few weeks, a month to 6 weeks. And these long delays were seen now as inhumane and as at odds with common law legal culture. So whereas historians previously have focused extensively on these death penalty appeals, they've not really appreciated, I don't think, the role of prisoner resistance as a starting point for this anti-death penalty activism.